What's up with this internet shit? Scrapple TV.
I'm trying to get it before it disappears. Welcome to In the Pink. I'm Elise Brown. As we reported last week, former President Bill Clinton was scheduled to appear at Temple University to stump for Mayor Nutter. But then the region was hit with a strange October snowstorm, so he pulled out. Reportedly, he didn't think it'd stick. Not since the days of Mayor Frank Rizzo has the Philadelphia police force gotten back into the saddle, or, considering his last year in office was 1980, ridden bareback even. But now the PPD is announcing the return of the mounted police unit. Yes, Philly's finest, up on horses. We're not sure how this is going to help reduce crime. I mean, there are kids with AK-47s out there. Nonetheless, the horses are bringing the PPD a rare bit of positive press. Asked how long the love fest would last, a spokesman shrugged and said, "Not for long." Roger Waters is bringing the wall to South Philadelphia. When announced he'd open the show with another brick in the wall, the Philadelphia Carpenters Union said, "Not without hiring us, you fucking ain't." Then they went back to lighting restaurants on fire and stuff. This week, a state Supreme Court judge ruled that, against the wishes of CBS, Elise Lane's civil suit trial against former co-anchor Larry Mendte and the network will be held in Philadelphia, where it's sure to be a media frenzy. You know the story. Mente's accused of hacking into Lane's email account. CBS is accused of not doing anything about it. Lane has been accused of nothing more than being an obnoxious, hot homewrecker. Since the scandal, Mendte has started a new blog called Confessions of a Deja Vu Dad, where he explores fatherhood the second time around. Lane is reportedly feeling deja vu also. When asked what she's been up to, she screamed, "Don't you know who the fuck I am?" The AP reports that an anonymous letter is making the rounds that claims correctional officers and administrators sanctioned a prisoners' fight club at a state prison near Pittsburgh. Officials are still determining exactly what laws were broken, but they're certain that the guard who wrote the letter broke not just the first, but also the second rule of Fight Club. Both George Bush and Muammar Gaddafi adored her. She's everywhere right now because she's got a new book to sell. Just call her Condi. We do. Promoting her new book, No Higher Honor, and blabbing to anybody, Condoleezza Rice said about the 6999 charges against GOP candidate Herman Cain, "I'm not surprised, and I'll tell you, I don't like to play the race card on either side." This race card game sounds more complicated than we thought. And we didn't think that George Bush knew even how to play crazy eights or go fish. But in her book, Condi defends him against those who, she said, played the explosive race card against him. Hey, those race cards sound too dangerous to be playing around with, especially if they're capable of creating an explosion. And as we all know, Bush never plays with a full deck. Condi told CBS that she didn't actually like playing with race cards at all, even though she sounds very well informed about how they're played, so okay. But the best parts in Condi's new tell-all are about Gaddafi's fixation with her. I mean, are we sure this guy wasn't Italian? He was obsessed with her, had albums filled with photos of her, and even had a song written for her titled Black Flower in the White House. By the way, its songwriter's on his way to Nashville right now. Oh, believe me, Condi, we too know how challenging it is to be adored by a madman. So Condi, keep mouthing off on any old rusty GOP issues that you want. Sell as many books as you can. Hey, it's America. Just stay away from playing that scary race card game. As you might recall, 10 women and 3 men were arrested a couple of weeks ago in the so-called Mummer Hummer scandal, when Undercover Vice raided a monthly party thrown at the Fancy Brigade Mummer Clubhouse in South Philly. As the Inky reported, for a $30 cover charge, attendees got 1 free beer, food, and access to the women at the party. In the first court appearance this week, police testified they witnessed the Mummers engaging in sex acts. Witnesses had to be escorted to the stand because they had already gouged their eyeballs out with rusty butter knives. Oof. A former Mummer was quoted saying the raid could tarnish the Mummers' reputation. Now that is some wishful drinking.